Ring the bell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Society, and welcome to another retro review here ahead of SummerSlam weekend. And we're reviewing this time, well, I'm reviewing SummerSlam 1988, the first SummerSlam where the Mega Powers meet the Mega Bucks. August 29th, 1988, Madison Square Garden, baby. 20,000 people in attendance. They're at capacity, bitch. And we open up with Mean Gene Oakland saying the WWF, what the world is watching. Very nice. Fun fact about SummerSlam 1988. As you may know, the main event was Hogan and Savage taking on Andre the Giant and Ted DiBiase. Jesse Ventura was a special guest referee. But the original idea was Vince McMahon wanted to bring in Ric Flair from the NWA. He wanted to sign him away from the NWA. He was pitched an opportunity to join in the summer of 88. And the idea was for him and Savage to battle in a historic champion versus champion encounter to headline SummerSlam. But Ric Flair decided to stick with the NWA as the Crockett's were working out a deal with Ted Turner at the time, and Flair had to be a part of the package. Otherwise, the deal was off. And I think Flair wanted to show some loyalty. So he stuck around, but we all know that wouldn't last too much longer, as Flair ended up coming over to the WWF anyway. But let's get to SummerSlam 88. Gorilla Monsoon welcomes us to the show. Great little intro video. Look at all the big stars there. And Billy Graham, superstar Billy Graham, was color commentator for this show. And I was interested to see how this would go. I believe at the time, Billy had kind of been forced to retire. So he's now giving the color commentary a red hot go. And you know what? I'll just say it now. I was very disappointed when I went on Reddit earlier to see what people thought of SummerSlam 88. And someone said something negative about Billy Graham's commentary. And it was like, dude, he had energy. He was excited. He didn't trip on his words. He did a good job. A lot of you fans are so judgmental. You know what? You're a bunch of fucking assholes. You are a bunch of fucking... You know how... You don't realize how hard it is to commentate. You all think it's probably so easy. I've done it. I know how hard it is. It's very difficult. Especially being the color guy. Play-by-play, not so hard in comparison, I feel. The CageMatch.net, out of 106 votes, they've voted this 5.23 out of 10. I disagree, but we'll get to that later. First matchup of the show are the fabulous Rougeau brothers taking on the British Bulldogs. I do like the Rougeaus with their little flags. I thought that was quite cute. You know, little addition to the gimmick there. I was wondering, I wonder how long after this the Jacques Rougeau fucking humble Dynamite Kid with the roll of quarters to the fucking mouth. Apparently by the next Survivor Series, which is the next pay-per-view after this, apparently by then, the Bulldogs were gone from the WWF after an issue with complimentary airplane tickets. So, but also between now and then is when the Jacques Rougeau fucking boom took place. And as we know, Raymond Rougeau, his back issues ended with him retiring by 1990. As we know, Jacques would form the Quebecers with Carl Ouellet, or Pierre Carl Ouellet, aka PC fucking O. Can you believe he's still going, dude? I'm watching this match. The way Dynamite Kid moves, the way he stood, even like the way his hair was. Chris Benoit Like, honestly, I haven't seen a shit ton of Dynamite Kid, but man, okay, like, yeah, I get it, Benoit. Like, you were influenced by him. Like, fucking hell. Like, just even the way he held himself standing in the ring was so similar to what Benoit was like. We get into the match. A lot of the time, Ray Rougeau was in peril. Bit of heat on Dynamite Kid though. Um, wow, I wrote fuck all notes for this one. You know what? I was kind of just watching this one because I didn't know at that stage whether they had any heat yet or not, but maybe the shit went down like around this time because they would have been working with each other in house shows. And I'll say this again, as I always say it, okay? I watched something like an AEW pay-per-view or let's just use that as an example. I watched an AEW pay-per-view, right? And I'll see a match between two guys and I'll think to myself, man, like that wasn't very good. Back then, I look at people's win-loss records of their match history on cagematch.net. And when they're headed toward the pay-per-view, they're working with the guy that they're working with on the pay-per-view for the whole fucking house show and live event loop. Whatever it is that they're doing, they are working together over and over and over and over again. So even if people don't have chemistry, by the time they get to the pay-per-view, they might have found it. They might have found some sort of I don't know. It might have clicked by that point. Even if at first it didn't quite click. I think that's a big problem for AEW because, you know, you'll get these matches on the pay-per-view and it'll be these guys working together for the first time. And sometimes it works out, like Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. But other times with some other talent, you know what? Maybe they need to touch 20 or 25 times before they get to a pay-per-view match. That's kind of like the bonus of the way it was back then. By the time they got to the pay-per-view, they had the shit down pat, bro. But the only problem with that was they never got to see their fucking family, and it did nothing but, I think, negative for a whole lot of people. You know, the wrestlers get hooked on drugs. Like they should have done. I know that they were a machine that needed to get money pumping into the company constantly, but you know, when people are dying and people have drug addictions, I'm not trying to get on my high horse here, but people are dying. They're getting horrible drug addictions. You know, there's violence in the household. You know, they're fighting people in bars and hotels, and there's always drama. And I just surely at some stage someone might have thought to say, "Hey Vince, maybe," and he wouldn't have listened. But someone should have said something like, you know, like a lot of the guys are dying. Maybe we need to like pull back a little bit. You don't have to be the fucking Ramones touring and playing every single fucking day for year after year after year after year after year. I'm glad things have changed now, but all it took was that fuck face fucking getting the fuck out of the company. Let's get through this fucking show, hey? So anyway, we went to a time limit draw in this tag team match to start off the show. It was a good little match, but wasn't sure about the finish for the hot opener of the show. Anyway, we find out Brutus Beefcake will not be on the show. It's due to an attack from Outlaw Ron Bass. And apparently Ron cut Beefcake's eye. Fun fact number 2. The day before the pay-per-view, the roster was divided, working 3 separate house shows before convening in New York on Monday. Hogan headlined the A show in Toronto, drawing 16,000 fans in a match against Bad News Brown. On you, Brownie. The B show took place in Montreal, where world champion Randy Savage actually lost by countout to hometown star Dino Bravo. And then the C show was with a skeleton crew of wrestlers in Sharpsville, Indiana, with Brutus Beefcake working on top against Hercules, Who went to that fucking show for that main event? Imagine going to that show expecting Savage and Hogan and you get Brutus. Nothing wrong with Brutus. I like Brutus, okay. But Brutus and Hercules is no fucking Hogan or a Savage in the main event. Anyway. I just thought it was interesting that it's not just like, fuck man, like I talk about the schedule. It's not just, they don't just have like one team of guys on the road. They've got 3 different teams doing different towns. It's fucking crazy. How the fuck do you keep organized, bro? Anyway, Bad News Brown takes on Ken Patera in the next match. It's the wrestler himself, Ken Patera, and the brawler, Bad News Brown. I have to say this match was a mismatch. It went off the rails quickly. They kept mucking up a little bit here and there. I don't know what the fucking problem was. Communication issues, no chemistry. I'm not usually very critical of matches like this from back in the day because, you know, sometimes this is how it was back then, but in this case, these two did not seem to click. So Bad News Brown beat Ken Patera in 6 minutes 33 seconds, and the opening tag match was a 20-minute time limit draw. Let's move forward. Mega Powers, excuse me. Sorry. They have an interview backstage. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is wrestling. This is characters. How can you not be interested in these characters? Maybe they wouldn't work today because maybe today people would see it as cheesy. But shit, bro. Fun fact number 3, right? And I'm going to try and fucking get through this quicker. We got fresher faces in this company. I want to thank, what's it called? What's the fucking website called? Not the Sportster. They're shit, by the way. They're so fucking negative. What Culture? I got a lot of these facts from What Culture. I think I got 1 or 2 from Cultaholic. So like fresher faces are coming in, like Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect, absolutely perfect. The Big Boss Man, you gotta be serving some hard time. The Rockers, and of course the Brainbusters. A lot of the rock and wrestling era relics were falling off. So SummerSlam 88 marked the final WWE pay-per-view matches for Junkyard Dog and Don Morocco. You can check out my exclusive interview with Don Morocco on the Insider's Edge podcast on this channel. Ken Patera, he was not around much longer either. He only lasted till the next Survivor Series. You know, all of these guys, I'm just reading what they wrote. All of them considered valuable commodities in 1984, and clearly a lot changed in just a few years. So Don Morocco, he wrestled 11 more matches after this show. 6 were televised. And Don's last match was against Barry Horowitz in Italy. Junkyard Dog only wrestled 17 more times in the company. His final matches being against Andre the Giant in Paris. And then a tag match with Brian B. Blair in Italy against Harley Race and Akeem, the African Dream. So both JYD and The Rock, Don Morocco, their final matches were on the same show. And Ken's last match was at the next Survivor Series. He only had 5 more televised matches. Or if you include the live events in our shows, he wrestled 37 more times. There's your fun fucking fact. Is that fun? Let me know in the comments. If you don't give a shit, let me know. Let me know. Rick Rude versus Junkyard Dog is the next match. Rick Rude is a classic, man. I love Rick Rude. He is awesome. Keep it down, you New York City sweathearts, so the ladies in attendance can see what a real man looks like. Hit the music. Fucking so sick, man. And all the women are fucking cracking weddies over it. JYD, you know what I like about JYD? He is simple but effective. He does some good shit out there for his style. JYD ain't going to do anything fucking fancy, bro, okay? We're going to get some heat. Heenan with great facial expressions at ringside. It never gets old. Um, Obviously, the big part of the match here, Rick Rude ends up showing these airbrushed tights with Jake the Snake Roberts' wife, Cheryl. Her face was kind of airbrushed on the front of the tights, right where Rick Rude's dick is. It's actually Pat Patterson's idea before anyone goes, oh, what a creepy idea came up with by old man. Shut up, fuckhead. Shut up, you little fuckhead. It was Patterson's idea, and guess what? Patterson's gay and likes dick, so fuck you. I've been at work for fucking. I had an 11-hour shift today, so no, I had a 12-hour shift. So blow it out your ass. I'm tired and everything's funny. Jake the Snake attacks after this. It's a DQ. Jake ends up saying sorry to JYD. Nothing really much to add there. Let's move forward. Mean Gene backstage with Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man is confident. He doesn't give a shit who his opponent is. He knows Brutus isn't going to be there. He doesn't care at all about any of this. He's the best IC champ of all time. It gets better, dude, okay? Slick with the Bolsheviks taking on the Powers of Pain here. We get the usual Russian or Soviet national anthem from Nikita. Not Nikita. Nikolai Volkov. Shit. And we got Ivan Koloff, his tag partner. Excuse me. Powers of Pain. We know who that is, right? The Warlord and Barbarian. Two fucking massive fucking dudes, man. They're looking like the Road Warriors. You know, Warlord had the double mohawk a la Hawk. Oh, I've given myself a note here to find out when the Powers of Pain cage match. Look at me giving notes to make sure that I check something out for everyone to get some more fun facts. Right? 87, the team was formed. 87. Were they in? They'd already been in the okay. They'd already been in the NWA as the Powers of Pain. Right, cunt. Okay. Then they got brought over to the WWF. So they've already done the feud with the Road Warriors. So it's not like they were put together just as an answer to all that shit. By the way, Rick Rude beat Junkyard Dog by DQ in 6 minutes, 18 seconds. I kind of skimmed over that. Anyway. Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing Koloff and Volkov teaming together. I didn't even realize that Baron von Raschke was at ringside. The Baron. It's Baron von Raschke, right? Right? No, it's someone else. I thought it was Baron von Raschke. They called him the Baron. No, he's not. He's Tony Rocco. I don't know who Tony Rocco is, but he was the Baron at ringside. I thought it was Baron. They were hiding his face, and it kind of looked like an older bloke. So, fucking hell. Anyway, the Bolsheviks have got Boris Zukov, that piece of shit, at ringside. I'm sorry, the Bolsheviks are Boris Zukov and Nikolai Volkov. Why did I think it was Ivan Koloff? Boris Zukov. I'm sorry, everyone. Zukov. Oh, well, fuck off. He looks so fucking much like him. He looks so much like him. I thought it was Ivan Koloff this whole fucking time. And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess he was at Rick. No, he was the tag partner. And hang on, if I got this right, I don't want to fucking drag someone's name through the mud if I'm getting the name wrong. Boris Zukov. Dude, okay. I'm sorry. You know what? I apologize. I'm thinking of someone else. Okay. I take that back. Boris Zukov is not a piece of shit. I'm getting him mixed up with someone else. I don't know who I'm thinking of. Anyway, wow, this has gone off the rails here. I thought it was Ivan Koloff. Then I realized it's Boris Zukov. Then I'm like, oh, Boris Zukov, that piece of shit. No, I'm thinking of someone else. Um, I reckon that person's name's Boris as well. I'm sorry, everyone. Boris, wrestler. Is it, I'm thinking of Buck Zumhoff. I'm thinking of Buck Zumhoff, not Boris Zukov. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. So not only I'm getting Koloff and Zukov mixed up, but then I'm getting Zoomhoff and Zukov mixed up. He's a fucking piece of shit, Zoomhoff. He abused his daughter when she was a little kid. So fuck you, you dog. Glad you're in jail, you fucking piece of shit. Okay. Let's get back to the fucking show, shall we? Oh yeah, and I thought it was Baron von Raschke. No, it was Tony Rocco, who's known as he's been known as Don Corleone, Super Gladiator, Tony Stone, Tony Rocker, Tony Rocco, and then just Baron. Shit. I got to get my shit together, dude. Anyway, I again note here, Superstar Billy Graham doing a fantastic job on color commentary. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Barbarian Warlord, fucking huge dudes. It makes me think, where are the big fucking dudes, big tag teams out there right now? Yeah, we got the Authors of Pain, but why don't we fucking bring up Obafemi at some stage? And just for the first run that he has on the main roster, let's dust off Omos. He doesn't need to be a special attraction. That's bullshit. What, to be eliminated in Battle Royals and Royal Rumbles? Get the fuck out of here. Put Obafemi and Omos as a tag team, dude. Come on. Come on. Warlord copped a little bit of heat. And he set up one of the Bolsheviks. Fucking hell. You know what? I now have to force myself to watch like 10 Bolsheviks as matches. Warlord scoop slams. I think it was Nikolai Volkov. So far away from the other side of the ring. By the way, Barbarian came in for a hot tag, and once that hot tag took place, it was over within like 20 seconds. Barbarian with a fucking long dive to the other side of the ring, nails the headbutt, only just, and the Powers of Pain win in 5 minutes, 27 seconds. Fun fact number 5 or 4. The pay-per-view did 400,000 buys. Quite impressive, considering that the WrestleMania prior did 485,000. So, not bad for the time period. There's a brother love segment. Oh my god, man, I fucking hate this fucking character. He is 100% unlikable. I will give him that credit. Maybe he'll go in the Hall of Fame one day, but you know the part where he says, I love you. When he does that, you, oh, fuck you. Like, he invites out Brother Hacksaw. And then he proceeds to call him Brother Dugan. They're stretching here to fucking make an issue out of these two. Hacksaw got angry at Brother Love for questioning his patriotism. And I'm thinking, what gimmick is Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Can anyone out there explain to me who Hacksaw Jim Duggan is and why he is the way he is? Why does he stick his tongue out the side of his mouth? Why does he go, oh? Why? Oh! Like, what does that mean, ho? Ho! Why has he got a 2x4? Is that hell American? Is that like an American thing? Is he like a lumberjack or something like that? Hacksaw. Lumberjack. He's got a 2x4. Hacksaw. What does it fucking mean? It's like he's a dumb fucking guy with his tongue hanging out the side of his mouth. He's always doing this and thumbs up and fucking tough guy and shut up. Just shut up, Hacksaw. You're so annoying, bro. Like, imagine inviting him over for dinner. And you're like, yeah, Hacksaw, can you pass the gravy? Anyway, he gets angry at him, takes a swing at him with his 2x4, and the little red face cunt runs off. Okay. Moving forward, Intercontinental Championship on the line. My favorite match on the show here. Honky Tonk Man. He's coming out. He's got Jimmy Hart. He's taking on the Ultimate Warrior here, who he doesn't know is the opponent, right? He comes out. We got and here's a honky tonk man, and he's singing, and he's got his guitar, and he's got the belt around his waist, and he's in his stupid little jumpsuit, and he's so happy because he's at the height of his career, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. He doesn't know who his opponent is. Here's my favorite part, and this has become a thing with myself and Jooseyboy. We've taken this and we turned it into something else, okay? Because I love how so nonchalantly Honky Tonk Man grabs the microphone and he says, "Give me somebody wrestle. I don't care who it is." And me and Jooseyboy have turned that into send out any fucking cunt. I don't give a fuck who it is. I guess you had to be there. Give me somebody to wrestle. I don't care who it is. He's just so nonchalant about it. I'm loving this. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. The fucking look on Honky Tonk Man's face. He turns around in panic. He's panicking. What? No, no. Like, before he can even fucking say anything to anyone and try and stop this situation, this fucking jacked up fucking dude who looks like a fucking superhero, who is like a comic book character brought to life, this fucking muscle bound fucking freak, the Ultimate Warrior, is sprinting to the ring. Before Honky can even fucking figure out what the hell is going on, Warrior's in the ring. Honky's trying to get a hold of him. He's trying to get a hold of this fucking guy. Can't get a hold of him. I was laughing so much at Honky being unable to get any control of the situation. It's sheer panic. The crowd are going fucking ape shit. Warrior comes off the ropes, hits him with a few punches. Dude, this is fucking hilarious to me. Honky's just panicking, trying to do something, can't do anything, gets fucking laid up with this amazing shoulder block takedown, gets hit with the worst clothesline ever. I love that shitty, clumsy Ultimate Warrior clothesline that he hits on Honky Tonk Man in this match. It just makes it even better. It makes it even better. He goes over the ropes, hits his splash on the back of Honky, and Warrior wins the Intercontinental Championship. Again, I want to reiterate how funny it was seeing him being so cocky. You know, give me somebody to wrestle. I don't care who it is. Out comes Ultimate Warrior, tries to grab him, overwhelmed immediately, can't get his bearings. This stupid Elvis lookalike guy. I fucking love Honky Tonk Man, dude. His cockiness backfires. After the match, Jimmy Hart is panicking. Honky is in so much pain, hobbling off, upset. Jimmy looks back, unable to believe it. And there's Ultimate Warrior celebrating the ring. And he really does look like a comic book hero come to life. Anyway, let's move forward. Mean Gene interviews Sugar Ray Leonard. It looks like Titan Sports was involved in Sugar Ray Leonard's next boxing match on pay-per-view, because they gave a lot of time to the boxing on this show. Just saying. Then we get Bobby the Brain Heenan joining up with Gorilla Monsoon and Billy Graham in the commentary box. Bobby was going on about Andre and Ted and how Andre was reading the Wall Street Journal, and Ted was counting his briefcase full of cash. Why did he need to bring a briefcase full of cash with him? Actually, it was several briefcases as well. But then talks about how it's all chaos in Hogan and Savage's locker room, which is just a lie. Billy Graham threatens to throw him over the balcony. And the way Bobby gets really upset at Superstar putting his hands on him. Gold, okay? And Bobby only commentates one match on this show, and it's the next match here. Don the Rock Muraco in his final pay-per-view match for the WWF takes on Dino Bravo here with Frenchie at ringside. I thought Don Muraco is a handsome son of a bitch, isn't he? He's a handsome son of a bitch. And again, like I just watched NXT the day before this, and it's night and day, bro. Like everyone on this roster is fucking huge, dude. Even fucking Dino Bravo, fucking massive, dude. I gotta stop swearing so much. No wonder we can't monetize the videos properly. And it's just interesting to go from NXT to this. Everyone's so small these days. Anywho, I love that Bobby Heenan on commentary was just talking so rudely to Billy Graham, even though he knows Billy Graham would whoop his fucking ass. He's being so rude to him and dismissive. Bobby then, because, Billy Graham was like kind of advocating for Don Muraco at this stage. And Bobby Heenan said, all Muraco is good for right now is going back to Hawaii and changing the oil on the buses that go from the beach to the airport. Gorilla says, oh, will you stop? as usual. Then Billy Graham goes, oh, have you told him that in person? And Bobby immediately, quick as a flash, I would, but I can't find him. Fuck off. There's no way Bobby Heenan's looking for Don Muraco to insult him. So fucking funny. You can tell that they all have fun when Bobby's around and he's doing his shtick, and he's so full of shit, dude. He's a gem. And then oh my god, Billy was really good with Bobby here, man. I don't know why people have a problem with this, but Billy questioned why Bobby was up there uninvited. And Bobby said, well, he's busy on the show here today, and he called Billy Graham a freeloader for managing to hop in his spot here on the show. And then I barely said anything about this match because I was laughing at the commentary, dude. Bobby Heenan again. What a fucking insult. And you know what? Billy Graham burst into laughter at this one. He asked, hey, Gorilla, does Graham get a lot of fan mail? He get more, but he ran out of stamps. That's fucking classic, bro. That is classic stuff. My face is hurting from smiling. Anyway, out of the blue, Dino Bravo won with a Dino Bravo? Dino Bravo won with the Sidewalk Slam, excuse me. And then after the match, Billy Graham laid his hands on Bobby Heenan, and Bobby was screaming, don't touch me. Sean Movie, fucking hell. Sean Mooney interviews Jesse Ventura. Jesse's talking about being the special referee for this match. He might get paid off by Ted. And it made me think, man, what? SummerSlam has a rich history of special referees. Jesse Ventura is a special referee for Triple H, Mankind, and Austin. Shawn Michaels between Undertaker and Bret Hart. This weekend, Seth Rollins is going to be refereeing the match with Punk and McIntyre. So seems like SummerSlam and the special guest referee thing kind of works. Coming up next, Heart Foundation takes on Demolition with Mr. Fuji. So this is like one of the I've seen some Demolition, but not much. So it's one of the I haven't seen some in a long time. But here we go. Some Demolition. Anvil, he comes across super tough, super legit. People get excited when he's in there and he's fired up. Good shine for the Heart Foundation early. Not gonna talk too much about the match, but Bret Hart's explosiveness is very underrated. He bounced off the ropes very fast in this match. This is like classic tag team stuff. Anvil got a hot tag at one stage. Referee didn't see it. The crowd fucking can't believe it. Like, fuck off, ref. You fucking Anvil finally comes out. after a hot tag, lays waste. The crowd were loving it. I wrote down, you know what? No dives needed here. I spoke too soon, right? You know how they do that slingshot thing where Brett will pull on the ropes and he'll like kind of jump over with a shoulder tackle. They did it from the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring onto one of the guys from Demolition. I thought that was fucking impressive. Fuji copped it from Anvil, several hard shots to the face. That made me laugh. But in the background, Jimmy Hart had run out, fucking sprinting. And he gave a megaphone to Axe, who hit Brett in the head with the megaphone. And the match was over. Demolition win in 9 minutes, 49 seconds. By the way, Dino Bravo won in 5:28 and Ultimate Warrior won in 31 seconds. So, like, the matches aren't going very long, but I don't care. It's preferred. Okay, let's get to the next one. Honky Tonk Man's very upset backstage, fuming, telling everyone to leave him alone. And I like that they're showing the ongoings in the building backstage of the fallout of what's been going on with some of these guys. But Honky again fuming and very entertaining. Coming up next, the big boss man with Slick at ringside. Very young looking Ray Trailer taking on Coco Beware with Frankie, his bird Frankie. So Boss Man came in as a heel initially. Did not know that. I thought he was always the babyface Boss Man. And I thought to myself, it's funny to note like Coco Beware is the smallest guy on this roster and he's still pretty big, right? Let's have a look at this fucker. I mean, he made it on sheer fucking talent, man. Because he's 5'8". 5'8" is actually not that short, but in wrestling it kind of is. But 230 pounds, not someone to fuck with, that's for sure. But he's the smallest guy on this roster, and very talented, very talented. You know, it brings up again that Hall of Fame argument. Does Coco Beware deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Yes, definitely. He's an iconic figure that you remember. You remember the fucking Birdman. How can you not remember the Birdman? And people hang, you know, this Hall of Fame shit on, oh, he was a jobber or whatever. Fuck off, dickhead. Fuck off with that shit. But it begs the question, you know, when is Demolition getting in the Hall of Fame? Come on, they're still alive. Bill's still alive. Barry's still alive. Come on. Like, who else on this show? Like, everyone on this show, when you think about it, holy fuck, right? Heenan's in the Hall of Fame. Andre, Ted, Hogan, Savage, Bossman, Hart Foundation, Brett on his own, Don Morocco, Jimmy Hart, Honky Tonk, Ultimate Warrior, Rick Rude is in the Hall of Fame. Davey Boy Smith's in the Hall of Fame. I think Hercules should go in for sure. He's a memorable guy from the roster. Demolition way overdue. Obviously, Miss Elizabeth should be in, but I don't think her family want her in or something like that. JYD's in. Yeah, fucking hell, bro. Anyway, sorry I keep going off topic there, but I love the big guy off the top rope, right? So Boss Man's trying to do like a splash. When the big guys go up there, they never do it properly. They always like land on their feet or they clumsily like hit their knees first or something. It's something that so I've always noticed over the years and I find quite humorous. Anyway, Coco hit a drop kick off the top rope and the fans lit the fuck up. I mean, imagine that. Just a missile drop kick was huge, a high spot back then. Now it's just like one of the wrestlers sneezing. Bossman slamming, it's over. Ray is so young, and he nailed Coco with the nightstick after the match, which is so uncalled for. Coming up next, the Warrior is celebrating backstage with Sean Mooney and the baby faces. They're fucking pouring the champagne over him, whatever the fuck. Warrior starts talking. He's doing his shtick. You know, you kind of understand what he's talking about, but that was kind of the charm of it. He was this out there character from parts unknown, and it made me laugh that by the time he was done talking, all the wrestlers that were in that room celebrating with him were now gone. It made it look like they were celebrating, but then when he opened his mouth, they couldn't stand being around him. Anyway, Hercules is in the next matchup, taking on Jake the Snake Robertson, our second last match of the show. Jake is great with defensive maneuvers. I noticed that. Great defensive maneuver early on. He went for a DDT and Herc fucked off after that. That's, you know, the cool little bit of psychology that Jake Roberts always implements into his matches, is that DDT can come out of nowhere. And you better be on your A game. You better be on the ball because it's coming. And Hercules anticipated it and he got out of there. It's a chess match, okay? More cool stuff. You know, Hercules hit a back suplex and then Jake held on after the bump. He held on to the headlock. Hercules got a bit of heat on him here, but again, this match only went. Actually, this match went 10 minutes and 6 seconds. I thought it went shorter than that because Bossman and Coco went 5:57. But this is actually one of the longer matches on the show. Yeah. What do you fucking know? Anyway, Jake fought back, hit his DDT. It's over, and the snake is on Hercules. And Bobby Heenan was not there at ringside for Hercules. So Herc won't be around much longer, I don't think. Did I talk about that? I did mention it. Excuse me again. I gotta fucking get myself more organized for these reviews. I thought it said that this was his last pay-per-view match. Let me just double check that. No, it's just Junkyard Dog and Don Morocco. Why did I think Hercules, this was his last fucking thing? Event type. Pay-per-view. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, he's doing pay-per-views up until 92. Fuck yourself. Okay. So anyway, shit, I keep getting lost. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'm real sorry, you know what I mean? Hype video, Ted sticking money in Jesse's pocket. It's some funny stuff. Let's just fucking get this over and done with. Main event of the evening, the Mega Powers taking on the Mega Bucks. Howard Finkel, so fucking good on the mic, dude. The eighth wonder of the world, Andre Hyatt. Ted DiBiase. He's fucking just so good, man. Andre owns Randy to start this matchup. Ted immediately wants Hogan. I think Andre is tremendous. He is so good for what he does as a guy that big. There's some good heat here, some implementation of Liz at ringside, who could be the factor in this match that could turn the tide, even though she's such a little lady. There's heat on Hogan. Hogan's pain and almost out of consciousness face is just so good. We get a good double clothesline spot between Hogan and DiBiase. Great selling from Ted. Great selling. Andre gets in and he wastes Savage again. Then he tags back out to Ted. Hogan gets a hot tag, wastes Ted, hits Andre with a big clothesline, and Andre finally falls to his ass. Hogan hits a sleeper on Ted. Andre gets Hogan. The ring is then cleared of the Mega Powers. Right? Here we go. Liz gets on the ring apron and drops the skirt, dude. She drops her skirt to reveal herself in underwear. Whoa, back then this was pretty raunchy. And everyone loses their fucking mind over it, right? According to Bruce Pritchard, the clothing reveal was supposed to be even skimpier, but Savage fucking lost his shit over it and refused. But they came to an agreement just beforehand of what they would of what she would wear. Anyway, it worked. It fucking worked. Like they look at Andre, Andre and Ted's faces like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, Andre flies over the top rope after a Savage axe handle. Great work, Andre. Over the top rope. He's a pro, man. I don't give a fuck what Dave Meltzer says. Andre the Giant was a great worker for a man his size and a man of, you know, his physical capabilities. After that, Savage hits the big elbow on Ted, and then we get the big leg from Hogan, and it is over. The Mega Powers win. And Jesse Ventura hesitated on the pin, so Savage had to slam his hand down. After the match, Hogan picks up Liz, celebrates with her only for like a second, and as he puts her down, Savage kind of sees them, and it's the subtlety of this. It's the seed being planted. It's the hint being given that this is going to become a story in the future. Savage was like, for a second, a bit miffed, but then just forgot about it. It's going to grow. The paranoia is going to get worse and worse. We're going to fucking love it. Very subtle. Liz being used well here. And might I say, a cute bum. We see Savage and Hogan post to end the fucking show. Thank you. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5 out of 10 based on the time, based on what the work was like at the time. Like I'm some sort of like I'm in the business. Yeah, based on what the work was like at the time. I can't stand people that talk like that. Yeah, no, that main event. Yeah, I thought Poffo and Balea did a great job in that main event. Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough. Good show, and I'm looking forward to SummerSlam 2024 this weekend. We'll hopefully have a simulation of that pay-per-view coming your way from WWE 2K24. We'll be, oh, excuse me, we'll be on Twitch for that. Excuse me, fuck. Choked to my own excitement. So we'll hopefully have that for you. We'll have the SummerSlam review. Then there will be a Great American Bash 1988 retro review before NXT Great American Bash week 2 next week. Anyway, I've got to get the fuck out of here, bro. Karlifornia, Slam Society, like, subscribe. See you down the road. Thank you.